Hello all. In this video session we will be discussing about stored procedures, and like we have mentioned in our previous session, a stored procedure is a named block of statements to perform a particular task, and the body of the stored procedure can contain variable definitions, conditional statements, loops, SQL statements, handlers, etc. And the stored procedures cannot return any values, but they can retrieve data from procedures using output parameters, and then we will be using this begin and end to mark the beginning of the procedure and end of the procedure. Then to invoke procedures, the call statement is used. Okay, now with an example we will see how we can create a stored procedure. Okay, so now first of all we will set the delimiter to some other symbol, because our procedure will have a lot of statements that will be delimited using semicolon. So in that case we will first change the delimiter to some another symbol. Here I have taken two dollar signs. So first delimiter is set to dollar so that we can use semicolon inside body of the procedure. Okay. Then to create procedure, we should use the keyword create procedure, then name of the procedure. In this example, the name of the procedure is hello. Inside parenthesis, we should specify the parameter. Okay, in this case, I have mentioned a parameter name underscore, which is of type varchar of 50. Okay, then we will write the statements inside this begin and end. And after this procedure ends, and to denote the procedure as ended, we have put this two dollar signs, which is the new delimiter of SQL. Okay, and inside this begin and end we will be writing the statements. Okay, so in this example I have just wrote a statement that is concat of hello comma then a space comma then name underscore. Okay, what it does is that this concat statement will concat all the strings together, that is string hello, then the string space, and then finally the data that is inside the variable name underscore. Okay, we will see the result of this select statement as the output of this stored procedure hello. Okay, and after this is done we will change the delimiter to semicolon, and to call the procedure hello we will simply use the call statement. We will write call then hello, and inside parenthesis we will mention the parameter that we want to pass. Okay, now we will just demonstrate this particular code that is written there. Okay, so I have selected the database test DB. Okay, so now we will see that particular example. I have selected the database test DB. Okay, so this is our procedure, and to run this press the run button, that is this, or you can press the F9 button. Okay, so now the procedure is created. To make sure that the procedure is created, we will simply use the show procedure status statement. Okay, so show procedure status, and it will, if I press the run button, it will show all the procedures that is created in this particular database. Okay, so inside testDB we have only one procedure and it is named hello. So you can use this show procedure status to make sure that the procedure is created in the database. Okay, now to invoke the hello procedure, I will just delete this, and then I will write the call statement. So call hello of Gautam. Okay, so I will just call this. So here hello is the procedure and Gautam is the value that I am passing. Okay, and if I hit enter, it will simply print hello Gautam. Okay, that is a concatenation of hello space and the value that is inside the parameter name underscore. Okay, now we will see one more example. Okay, so in this example we are creating a new table using a procedure. Okay, so here again first we will set the delimiter to $2, then we will write the create procedure, then we want to create the school table. So the name of the procedure is here, create school table, and then we have the begin and end, and between that we'll be writing the statements to create table. So create table if not exists, school table, school ID in primary key, school name varchar of 50, not none. Okay, then close parenthesis, semicolon, then after end $2, which denotes the end of the procedure. Then the delimiter is changed back to semicolon. Okay, and to call this create school table procedure, you can simply use call create school table. Okay, to call this procedure you can simply use call create school table. Okay, so this is another example. So we will try to implement this in HideSQL. Okay, we'll just go and see that. So this is the code that we are using for creating the procedure create school table. So if I run this, the procedure is created, and then to call this particular procedure we can simply use call create school table. Okay, and if I run this particular table will be created. I can simply give something like TSC school table, and it will show the description of table school table. Okay, with integer school ID, integer primary key, and school name varchar. Okay, so you can use this procedure to perform database operation, as well as you can also execute procedural language statements also inside this procedure. Okay, now coming back to this is another stored procedure example. So in this particular example, again this is for counting number of physician in the physician table. Again, this is an correlated to experiment 1 that we did, that is on hospital database. So to count number of physicians, the procedure count physician is used. Okay, so similar to what we have done earlier, first we'll be setting the delimiter to $, then we'll be writing create procedure, then name of the procedure, that is count physician, then parenthesis, no arguments or no parameters are passed, so it is left blank, and then we'll have begin and end, and between that we'll be writing the statements. So here select count of phy underscore id from physician, where phy underscore id is the primary key of physician. Okay, and after the end we will be using these $2 to denote the end of the procedure. After that we will change the delimiter back to semicolon, and if we want to invoke this procedure, that is count physician, we can simply use call count physician. Okay, we have seen few examples, and you should know the syntax for writing the procedure. Okay, so remember about this create procedure and this begin and end statement, and also remember about delimiter. Okay, so we have to set delimiter to $, since we are using semicolon inside the procedure for delimiting different statements. Okay, so these concepts you have to remember. Okay, thank you.